Okay, next question. BISD keeps stating that they are in a financial bind. What are your solutions to this and your priorities in educating our children, keeping them and obtaining a quality public education without cutting services?
Thank you. Why we're in a financial bind, that's up to the incumbents to address. Flat out. That's who needs to address it right now. I, just as a civilian, would like to know, why are we in that bind? We stated earlier, and we all recognize the fact, we're the largest school district. Brownsville's not a small city. It's a big city. Many of us, if not all of us in this room, are paying taxes. We're getting grants. We are getting things. Why are we in that bind? I too want to know. And that's all I have to say.
Well, I think the reason we're in a financial bind is that we keep on losing students. And we keep on losing students to charter schools and to Los Fresnos and to other schools. And I think we need to step back and ask the question, why are we losing these students? And I would say that one of the reasons that we're losing the students is because the emphasis of the school board administration is not necessarily on the professor, the teacher, the educator, or the student. Budgets go every which way. The general fund has slowly being depleted on a regular basis. If I'm not mistaken, back in 2008, it was at $116 million. Back in 2009, it went down to $97 million, and right now it stands at $68 million. And it keeps on getting lower and lower and lower. And all we get is excuses. All we get is excuses. And it's always somebody else's fault. And every time that there is an issue in regards to increase in raises, questions in regards to a lot of individuals wondering why some individuals get raises and some other individuals get raises, it's always somebody else's fault. No one takes no one is accountable for it. No one says that it's my fault and it's our decisions that were made that got us into this place. I was very, very concerned upon seeing in the previous meetings where everyone was upset at our superintendent getting a raise. You know, everyone was upset that the superintendent got a raise. But 3 months earlier, back in June, everyone, or whenever it was approved unanimously by the board. Then when the bus drivers were concerned about their minimal increase, and teachers were concerned about their minimal increase, the proportion in regards to increase was very, very minimal to the increase that was given to the superintendent. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it, she might deserve it. But why wasn't it done across the time? I thought I had 10 seconds. 10 seconds? 10 seconds?
It was fast.
Oh.
Pass it on. Pass on the baton.
I believe that question is also for an incumbent. From a point of view, as a citizen, I noticed that there is a lot of lawsuits going on, and also there's a lot of special interest contracts that are going on. What I don't like is that they're being fiscally responsible with the teachers and the employees, but they're not being fiscally responsible with the special interests. So I believe that's where the problem is.
I think Erasmo, if I might call you that, Erasmo, okay? Hit it right there on the point. The losing of students. What can BISD do to bring back some students to promote? I think we need to promote and promote and promote again the excellent academic and programs and extracurricular activities that the district provides for the students. I think we do a poor job doing that. We need to continue to tell the public that we are the best in education. See, charter schools are here, but a lot of them, and I don't know if somebody's involved here, they're here for the money. They don't educate the mass of students. Disciplined, special needs students have no place in that area. And if any of you would like to discuss this further, I'm here for that in that area. But I'm just going to say that. And the other one that the other gentleman touched on the lawsuits. Lawsuits and grievances of monies, and those lawsuits have taken a big chunk of the effort. And they say, well, the insurance pays the losses. Well, not all the insurance pays the losses. They might pay some of it, and they do, but the lawsuits that we've had in this district have really taken a toll on BISD. So please understand that we do want to create a better environment for the students, and we're working hard at it. But yes, we need to promote and promote and promote. Reduction in force shouldn't even be on the table. It shouldn't be part of this conversation, because reduction in force, it details that you're going to affect the livelihood of individuals. Okay, so we need to focus on other areas before we look at the reduction of force. Thank you.
Okay, we're talking about that, yes, we're losing money. And how do we handle that? I see IDEA out there. They're in my area. They literally mail outs, door to door. We got chess. We got all sorts of sports programs. We got ROTC. We got science. We got arts. Now, I don't see that on the newspaper. I don't see that on mail outs, where we're telling the parents what we have to offer. We're not telling them what we have to offer. The charter schools are doing it, but we're not doing it. As big as this school district is, and supposedly administration should know what they're doing, when they started losing students, they should have started working way back then in regaining them. And how do you regain them? By advertisement, by telling the parents, hey, on student, when student meet the teacher or come meet the parents or blah, blah, blah. At that point in time, everybody should have said, oh, by the way, this is what we got. And this is what we're going to have next year. But we didn't do it. Now, we lost quite a few $1 million. To correct that, we need to advertise. We need to work with the teachers' ideas. We need to work with all employees' ideas. We need to get ideas and bring all the students. Somebody did mention the charter schools do not take the special needs students. They do not. And if a student is having a little trouble with those charter schools, they send them right back to us. We need to advertise our schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Again, I want to make a mention at this point that it's very easy for us to say we need to advertise more. And I'm speaking to the incumbents at this point, definitely the budget chair. Very, 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 very interesting that we say we need to do more. We're doing a poor job, but you don't fund it. What we don't fund, we don't do, unfortunately. So you want our teachers to work harder, do more things, then you need to make sure they have the money, they make sure they have the supplies, they have the resources, the materials to do what you want them to do. So you want the Department of Public Relations and Public Information to do a better job of advertising? Budget for them. Don't cut their budget. Don't give them a little budget and expect them to do miracles. Exactly. It is definitely a travesty. It's definitely insulting to hear that we need to do a better job of something that 4 years ago we were saying we had to do a better job of. Okay? So if we want to advertise, we want to reach people, don't cut budgets. Don't cut admissions and attendance. Don't scale back school of choice for our parents. Our parents need to be able to have that choice. They're taxpayers. They want what's best for their kid, and guess what? If we don't let them have it, they're going to take their kid to a charter. I have no problem with the religious schools. They want to go to a Catholic school. They want to go to a Baptist school. That's your faith. That's your religion. But when you take them to a charter, you're taking our public dollars from BISD and giving them to another charter. For us to stop that, we definitely have to promote more. But let's say it the way it is. Let's fund the areas that we need to fund. Don't make people try to work miracles with nothing. You can't make these bricks without straw, and you're giving them right now just mud. So let's really be good stewards of that call to charge. It sounds real good, but let's back it up with some action. Thank you.
I think it's important to shift the focus back to what really matters, and that is moving the district forward. I think that it's hypocritical of some board members to say that they understand the needs of the school district when they themselves have become a financial burden to the district. I think it's time for change. I think we're all ready. I think that we need more fiscal responsibility, and our taxpayer dollars, they're not for lawsuits, they're not for anyone's pocket. They are for your salaries to meet the needs of the district. Thank you.
You know, I gotta say this, but I'm gonna say it. Unfortunately, we lost students to IDEA because we're not providing the service the parents are looking for. We have great teachers. The teachers have done a great job with the minimal that we have given them. We have been the best of the best in the nation. When we claimed the Broad Award, we brought monies for our students to scholarships to go to school, to a university. And we did it with just minimum. It was in 2008, I believe. So if we were to give more to our teachers and we were to promote our district with all the accolades that we've had, we'd be in a much better place. When I was working at Maintenance and Facilities, we planned, it was a 5-year plan to build schools because we were needing middle schools and elementary schools. At that time when I was at Facilities, there was a population of 43,000 students. And this was way back in 2004, I believe. So have we lost? We've always lost students. We have special ed services that other districts come into our district and they pay us for providing that service for students that come from other neighboring cities, okay? If we just know how to market our district, marketing is very important in a positive way. And if we put ourselves out there as to everything that we've done and what our teachers are doing, I think we'd be in a much better place. For the parents to have the choice of placing their students where their children where they want to be their students at, I think that's another integral part and that we're not doing. The lawsuits, some of the lawsuits, they merit. They do, because the district has gotten used to doing injustice because of the administration is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's no due process. We hire consultants or individuals that don't even qualify for the positions. And that's another issue there too.